Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, back with my chart haul video for August 2K22. It's the 21st of August, so it took me a while to shoot this, but well, life's in the way, things have been busy, I've been working on DJ dates and stuff, so let's go through the records and releases I liked throughout the past 4 to 6 weeks, like on vinyl and, well, of course one tape, which might be obvious, and let's start out with one you've seen already. So I'm gonna show the album only briefly. This is Nihiti Sustained, which was sent to me from the UK. An album on the Low Bit Landscapes label, which I've reviewed in the meantime and also have unboxed, of course, on this channel. And what this is basically is ambient in its purest form, kind of somehow reminds me of the Gas project by Wolfgang Vogt from back in the days on the I guess Profane label, which is a sub-label, sister label of the Compact imprint from Cologne, and this is like deep floating ambient stuff. You can read more in the review on my website NightSLC, of course, and yeah, good stuff definitely. And what I really like about this packaging is actually this note here, the mark of high quality, whatever this is, because there is no mark up there. But this is like a proper protective foil thing, and yeah, if you like ambient and like deep listening music and stuff, this is one album to check out for you. I don't know where it's distributed in Germany or in Europe, but I guess you can find the Low Bit Landscapes label on wherever on BANDCAMP and get this from there. Highly recommend it if you're like into ambient. And continuing on an ambient, like deep listening music theme, even though a not so happy one, is my own album, my debut album in Macro Space, which was released on my new label. The Absence of Light, you know the score, you've seen my announcement video for that, and also have seen a lot of promo for that on like Instagram and Twitter and stuff. And yeah, what this is basically is a lot of like death ambient music, very abstract, dark music structures, and all kind of generated from snippets of my own voice, definitely, which have been like reprocessed and layered and relayered, and like basically have undergone a process of, well, vocal synthesis, not exactly granular synthesis, but I've well processed them a lot, so there is a lot of like darkish movements and stuff, very otherworldly and eerie. If you're into that kind of stuff, you can get this album on my BANDCAMP, of course, which will be linked somewhere here, I guess, later, and also from like basically every distributor and record shop worldwide if they work with Word & Sound, which are the main distributor for this album. The next one is on a totally different vein and has come as a surprise. This is De Pelicula, I guess, is the pronunciation, by the Liminanas and Laurent Garnier. Actually, I don't know much about the Liminanas. They have been around in the French scene for ages, and yeah, this is like a beautiful cover. This is the double black vinyl version, and Laurent Garnier obviously is the long-standing French DJ and like techno icon that has also written this book called Electro, where he like paints his picture of techno and describes his journey from being like a young French DJ in the 80s and then discovering acid house and all the Manchester rave things. And yeah, this is an album they've done together with a beautiful artwork, definitely one of the best artwork things I've seen when it comes to picture covers. This is like a proper package. Labels look like this, and this is way less electronic than you would expect from something that Mr. Garnier would be involved in. Although he has been like very many years ago been touring with Jeff Mills, actually, with the Detroit techno innovator, and they've played rock music and pop music and disco in their sets, which they've done like before like electronic music came around. So what this is basically a mixture of like deep post-punk, neo-cosmic, crowd disco, psychedelia infused stuff with vocals, a lot of vocals and songs on here. I guess only one full instrumental song or track. All the other things have vocals on there and lyrics and stuff. This is an album not necessarily for the DJ in terms of like being an electronic DJ, but if you remember stuff that has been released on the late DC Recordings label run by Def Charge with like bands or projects like BETA-ZERFALL and stuff, and also if you love the stuff that the late Andrew Weatherall was playing, this is the kind of realm this could fit in. So I guess you can beat match that and you can DJ that, but not in a proper like club environment, like if you think club as techno club. But if you like song structures and a little bit of like that kind of like truly crowdsy element in there, so this might be a very interesting one. There's also a white version, I guess, like white vinyl, but I went for the black. So De Pelicula by the Liminanas and Laurent Garnier, definitely interesting stuff if you're into that kind of stuff. And now we're going into a classic which has been reissued and cost quite a bit of money, so prices are getting ridiculous. This is a #1 Studio One Records classic re-release, as it states here on the hype sticker, which is a little bit over the top, and looks like this. Reggae on 45, and of course this is Dawn Penn, No No No, a like rock steady reggae classic, which has also been like reworked within the jungle scene in the like first half of the 90s, and I always loved the jungle version of that, so I had to get me the original, even though I paid like 15 or 16 euros for that, but I only paid this little kind of because I bought this directly from the distributor, so where I work at, and the usual price at the store would be like much higher, I guess about 22, 25 euros or so. So yeah, this is quite a hefty price for a like 2-track 12-inch in a label sleeve, and on the flat we got a version which is actually the creator's version, creator's dub, which is a rework of a dub rework of No No No, of course. So this is one I had to add to my collection, even though it was kind of pricey, and I don't spin reggae, dub, and rocksteady that much. I'd love to have more of that style in my collection as well, but I gotta find me a place where I could kind of mix up that kind of stuff with maybe trip hop and like decent like rare groove stuff, like, or new jazz or whatever. So to build like a kind of freestyle vibe, a nice little bar would be nice for that. So this might be a thing to look out for in the future, and also like a reason to buy more reggae records actually. This one is a compilation 12-inch kind of. The Running Back label has come back with another part of the Front Master Mix series, which looks like this. And if you want to have a little bit of context, the Front Club was a club famous in the late 80s and early 90s in Hamburg, a gay club basically, which pioneered a lot of like house music, and that guy Klaus Stockhausen was one of the main resident DJs. Seemingly, I never been to the club, but he has been like a master at the turntables, and his kind of protege was this guy, which is Boris Lugosz, which has been playing house in Hamburg for ages and has put together this kind of compilation for the Running Back label. There were also like 2 double LPs as well, which I didn't buy, but this one is a kind of addition to that with like 5 tracks which were important throughout the kind of early house era in the Front Club, with 5 different 5 different tunes by 5 different artists, kind of, even though a lot of artists are like overlapping in projects. Basically the theme is house, deep house mostly, and here's a little bit of info on all of those tracks. And what is on there, which is interesting for me mostly, is there is VDT, which is a German project where Boris Lugosz was involved, kind of, with a guy called Sören Schnakenberg, which later released like trance on Superstition Records under one of his aliases and stuff. And the VDT project is called Vorsprung durch Technik, durch Techno, advance through or due to techno, kind of, is the translation for that. And Strange's music re-edited by Boris Lugosz is a very pumping but also like sexy house track, which has a very interesting sample that is kind of going like strange as music to make love to. So interesting stuff, and the most intriguing stuff, even though it's like the one here, because this is a remix for U96, which was gained kind of worldwide fame in the early 90s through to Das Boot, which is one of the big chart hits in techno, which has been like, I don't know, released in 1991, I guess, and was one of the main tracks that catapulted like techno into a mainstream territory, because this was a rework of the title theme of the film Das Boot, which was very famous back then, like a U-boat chase thing. So yeah, this remix was done by Subtle House, which is a project of Boris Lugosz and Gary D, which was the later hard trance resident of the German Tunnel Club, which was also based in Hamburg. So interesting stuff, very deep housey remix, which wasn't that known back in the days or wasn't played that much, but yeah, this is a kind of like I don't know, trip down memory lane and trip down the electronic music history lane for me. So this was a must. And the last one is a kind of strange one, which came to me not as a promo really, but which came to me. So this is not hip hop, even though it sounds very hip or looks very hip hop-y. Tommy 2000 2K Music on the G-Town label, which is, well, the most bling cover in my collection, I guess. So this is not bling, this is kind of hyper bling, maybe. And yeah, this is a kind of diverse and also kind of somehow strange EP. The G-Town label is interesting because they do a lot of like this new school ghetto bass meets ghetto jungle, basement house, whatever stuff, a little bit of freestyle of everything, and this is what this EP is as well. I'm not too sure where the audience for a EP like this would be, because there is a kind of everything on there. There's one like proper tech house track on there. There's one like jungly track on there. There's one like more happy hardcore, not really happy, but kind of breakbeat related track on there. I guess there's some broken house stuff on there, so it's like broken techno maybe. So there is a little bit of everything, and each track is kind of different, and if you listen to them in a row, it's kind of strange. They're all good on their own, but the combination of things on this EP is somewhat weird, and I don't know where they see their audience for that. Maybe in those freestyle DJs who don't care about like mixing anymore, or like mixing properly and building like proper musical arcs, but just going like through the tracks like freestyle every 2 minutes, like a different track, and well, more like cutting and not like necessarily blending properly and stuff. So this might be their audience, and this have been my favorite like releases for the past weeks, I guess. More to come in the next one, and I'm gonna go into editing mode right now. If you like this one, you know the score. Give me a like, leave me a comment, share this video, follow this channel, all the stuff you've heard 1,000 times on this channel and on others. And yeah, comments are most important to me, because I want to get back and I want to go into an interactive mode with you guys. And if you want to catch me play, I'm going to play at the Schaubude in Kiel on 3rd of September. Very spontaneously, I'm going to go do a all-night UK garage thing, similar to the ones I've done in Jena as well, and on other places. So Pure Garage and Silk stays the theme, and I'm looking forward to go to Kiel and travel again. So this will be a nice one. And now, Bass Junkie out. See you in the next one.